If you like Bryce Dallas Howard, you should definitely watch our picks for her best movies.
I've got a picture of my kiss with Spider-Man. Could you bring it to class? I really loved it.
We hope you will enjoy the following ranking. Please let us know your favorite in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to never miss a good movie again.
Number 10.
You don't even know what I was gonna ask.
Yes, I do. You can ask me if I can do a reading for you.
Hereafter is a fantasy disaster drama film directed by Clint Eastwood and stars Matt Damon, Cecile DeFrance, and Bryce Dallas Howard. Elevated by its director's typical flair, Hereafter chronicles the lives of three very different characters from around the globe who all have one thing in common. They have all encountered death in some way. One has suffered from a near-death experience, one has faced the death of a loved one, and the last is able to communicate with the dead. They all must ask themselves the question of what life means while holding the terrible knowledge that it's finite.
Why?
Because if we open the door and go down that road, any chance that we had of having something normal will just be gone.
Number 9. Spider-Man 3.
Are you all right?
It's coming back!
Spider-Man 3 is a superhero film directed by Sam Raimi and stars Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Thomas Hayden Church, and Bryce Dallas Howard. Concluding the Spider-Man saga of the first ever big-screen Peter Parker, Spider-Man 3 sees our beloved icon face more enemies than ever before, while questioning his existence as the superhero, when an evil alien being inhabits his body and transforms him into something he swore to defeat. But is it too late for the real friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to save the day? Number 8.
Please, close the door! He'll come back to make sure we're safe.
The Village is a period thriller film written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan and stars Bryce Dallas Howard, Joaquin Phoenix, Adrian Brody, William Hurt, and Sigourney Weaver. Packed with twists and the intensity of real drama, The Village explores a small village in the middle of a forest. Bound to their home, the people are trapped by the deadly monsters lurking in the woods, killing everyone who attempts to leave. However, there is more to the beast's origin than anyone might suspect.
No. Don't let them in.
Number 7. Pete's Dragon.
Why aren't you asleep?
For the same reason you're not, I suppose.
I guess you heard about the boy.
I did.
Pete's Dragon is a fantasy adventure film directed by David Lowery and stars Bryce Dallas Howard, Oakes Fegley, Carl Urban, and Robert Redford. Giving the beloved childhood experience with a fresh touch, with imaginative visuals and charming direction, Pete's Dragon is a story of wonder and belief, as a young boy who swears by his friendly dragon friends convinces the conservative grown-ups that sometimes believing doesn't mean you are making things up, and some have to learn the hard way.
6 years. Nobody can survive in that forest for 6 years. At least not alone.
Well, he says he wasn't alone.
Number 6.
There's risks and there's risks.
So it's a good fucking day.
Now who wants to buy me a drink? 3 double shots of Jack?
Gold is a 2016 crime drama film directed by Stephen Goggin and stars Matthew McConaughey, Edgar Ramirez, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Corey Stoll. Kenny Wells, a prospector desperate for a lucky break, teams up with a geologist and sets off on a journey to find gold in the uncharted jungle of Indonesia. But as the risky expedition begins without a single speck of gold or the promise of it on the horizon, disease and failure will begin to threaten the dream. Is it indeed only an intriguingly bold and reckless fantasy?
You know what? Fuck you.
Katie, fuck me.
Fuck you.
Fuck what? Don't you see what's happening there? Oh, great. Go ahead. Yeah. Pack your shit, run back to your shit tonight, huh?
Number 5. Jurassic World.
You want to consult here or in my bungalow?
It's not funny.
Jurassic World is a science fiction action film directed by Colin Trevorrow and stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Vincent D'Onofrio, Ty Simpkins, and Nick Robinson. History lives, and it's coming for you, in this continuation of the infamous Jurassic Park saga, now bigger and deadlier than ever. When scientists once more mess with dinosaur DNA and create a monster born to hunt, the guests of the prehistoric theme park find themselves on the menu and trapped in a cage with all sorts of unimaginable creatures.
They're thinking, I gotta eat. I gotta hunt. I gotta. You can relate to at least one of those things, right?
Number 4.
There ain't never been the materials for that kind of thing at Manderlay.
No materials? I mean, that's not true.
Manderlay is an avant-garde drama film written and directed by Lars von Trier and stars Bryce Dallas Howard, Willem Dafoe, and Danny Glover. The horrifying past of the United States is still alive, and when young Grace finds out, she is determined to fight back. In the 1930s, she and her loving father discover an Alabama plantation that still functions like slavery was never abolished. From there, she calls on the help of her friends and a lawyer to win a case against systematic injustice and prejudice.
When I'm in the fields, I see timber wherever I look, just waiting to be turned into boards for a roof, or an extension, or maybe even a whole new cabin.
That be man's garden. You can't cut that down.
Number 3. Rocketman.
I'm a homosexual.
For God's sake, I know that.
Rocketman is a biographical musical fantasy drama film directed by Dexter Fletcher and stars Taron Egerton, Jamie Bell, Richard Madden, and Bryce Dallas Howard. It will be hard for biopics in the future to reach the power and impact that Rocketman has had, exploring the nature of one of the world's greatest superstars. Focused on his rise, ups and downs, we follow Elton John's legendary story, which couldn't be encapsulated better by a brilliant cast and a great execution.
But I'd rather you keep that sort of thing to yourself. I just hope you realize you're choosing a life of being alone forever. You'll never be loved properly.
Number 2.
Surprise! His name is Skeletor. He's a retired race dog.
You got me an old dog.
50/50 is a black comedy drama film directed by Jonathan Levine and stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, Anna Kendrick, and Bryce Dallas Howard. Taking on a very serious topic, but with such lighthearted attitude that it becomes an instant classic, 50/50 is the tragic story of Adam, who is diagnosed with deadly cancer. Now having a 50/50 chance of survival, he fights his troubles by seeing a psychiatrist with whom he falls in love. Now their bond threatens to destroy more than just a professional relationship.
He'll be put back in his tiny cage with 10 other dogs who will bully and rape him until he's eventually euthanized.
Okay, fine, I'll keep the dog.
Really?
Before we unveil movie number 1, here are a few honorable mentions.
I am very sorry for you. You believe you have no purpose. You help all that live here.
Anybody can do this job, Story.
You have a purpose. The heart is human and very powerful. The brain, too, but with a chip interface.
You done to me.
It has a hybrid nervous system. One human cortex, one machine.
Get in!
Number 1.
Boys, we'll be right back. Y'all talk about quarterbacks or something. You'll make it, Miss Skeeter Coca-Cola.
The Help is a 2011 period drama film written and directed by Tate Taylor and stars Jessica Chastain, Viola Davis, Bryce Dallas Howard, Allison Janney, Octavia Spencer, and Emma Stone. The film recounts the story of young white woman and aspiring journalist Eugenia Skeeter Phelan during the civil rights movement of the 1960s. The story focuses on Skeeter's relationship with 2 black maids. She decides to write a book from the point of view of the maids, exposing the racism they are faced with as they work for white families.
Oh, Missy, you're going to jail. You can't prove anything. Oh, I 100% know you wrote it because nobody else in town is as tacky as you. You don't know anything, Hilly. Oh, I don't you,
Do you agree with our list? Please let us know in the comments. If you want to know more about a particular movie in this list, you can check out our links in the video description. And for more top 10 movie videos, be sure to subscribe to communiTV.